other learnings or insights that you've learned about running efficient meetings in a remote world or with a remote team?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So this might fly in the face of, I think, maybe like general philosophy on this now, but the whole thing of like, if there's not an agenda for a meeting, it's not, don't go to it. I disagree with that. And I disagree with it from the perspective of, if you're trying to work on something, you should have context on it, or you should have access to context on it. And so that's one of the things that, like, again, I asked for Fellow, is that if we're going to talk about something, even if we don't know like the specifics, like add the docs or add the links to the things that are going to easily allow me to go to. But I think from efficient meetings overall is that you need to create intentional space for folks to have human interaction, especially in a more digital world. And again, yes, some people are going back to the office, but for a lot of scenarios, again, we're remote in these cases. So you don't get the water cooler talk. You don't get those things. So a lot of our team meetings, we spend the first 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, play a game. We do an activity together, and that creates that scenario where you build a relationship and a bond with your fellow colleagues, and then you dive into the rest of the actual meeting and the bulk of it. And so people, I find, there are sometimes weeks that go over with your reoccurring meetings where like maybe there isn't anything to talk about. And so people kind of like, oh, why am I here? Do I need to be here? And then you lessen the chances that the folks are going to continue to show up. So by doing that activity, no matter what, there's value at the beginning of the meeting, because it's there to get closer to your teammates. And then if we talk for another 30 minutes about work, great. If there's nothing else, all right, carry on, go back to your day. But that creates repetition, and in that scenario, those rituals need to be there for successful digital meetings to be held that are both efficient and something people look forward to. So
I like that. So seeing team meetings as a social opportunity to bring the team together, even if they think they have nothing to discuss, after that icebreaker activity, they'll probably have something to say.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So, what's one example of a game that you really like playing with your team?
So my team's like really big on, I don't know if you know the board game Codenames. It's a board game, and some folks have made like a digital version of it using like spreadsheets, and there's actually a website where you can go play it remotely. But team gets very competitive on that one. Another one we like is GeoGuessr. So we haven't paid for the premium subscription, but we usually separate into two teams, and we drop them somewhere, and they have to get how accurate they are in the world. And so it's, again, really competitive, but it's a fun team ritual. So. And
last question is, when do you like to have your team meetings? Is it on Mondays to get the week started on a positive note?
Yeah, so we do team meetings on Mondays, and then I use like Tuesdays and Thursdays for leadership meetings for the like manager level above. But I find Mondays, exactly as you put it, is let's get the energy going for the week. Let's people ask like, what'd you do on the weekend, which is a really great little icebreaker. It's hard to ask what you did on the weekend on a Wednesday, because people are like, I don't know, I forget. But on Monday it's fresh, and so yeah. Challenge, of course, is time zones. Of course, we got people from the West Coast, people from the East Coast, some folks in Europe, and so of course it's always a challenge, but we make it work, and it's a great time.
Awesome, Craig. That was a great tip. I love the idea of starting your team meetings with a game, and I think it's a great place to end it. So thank you so much for joining us to share your insights today.
Thank you for having me.